Ok. Venga, sigamos con las misiones secundarias, que tenemos un montón.
Joshua, I read your message. You're right. Jill is different. I don't think I'd realized how different, but
I suppose it's not hard.
she doesn't think she belongs anymore.
And that's why we need to remind her, to let her know that we still need her. Now more than ever. But how to do that? When last we were truly close, we were but children.
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual tour of the Duchy? And Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up Man's Hill.
To see the snow daisies. It was the first time Father had allowed us to join him. And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pot boys
In the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take refuge. It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say, he was none too...
Then it seems you and Jill have unfinished business.
Man's Hill.
Oh, true. Though I suspect it is also much changed.
You're saying I should go and scout the area for bandits?
I'm saying we... What would you do without me, Clive?
Vale. ¿Otra vez aquí? Viajero entusiasta, trofeo ganado. Pues no, no hay flores.
This is the place, but...
I'm sorry, Clive.
There's nowhere been spared.
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be...
Perhaps, but it's the only place I know of.
Then why not ask someone who might know?
Someone in the backyard?
Madre que los parió, qué manera de hacer perder el tiempo.
Let's hope one of the gardeners knows where to find snow daisies.
Un momento, a ver qué me faltaba para el arma ese.
So what do I owe the honor? Crack the crystal? Not a very good one. But then...
A ver. Acero oscuro y oricalco.
Anything else?
No nos debíamos del tema. Ahora estaba pensando que me faltaba una escoria, ¿no?
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow daisies grow.
Snow daisies. Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and not too cold. And where the winds are strong enough to carry the sea. I reckon Man's Hill would be a good place to start. Both have similar climbs and the right elevation. If the blight...
Right.
Did you learn where we might find our flowers?
Ahí pisando la hierba.
Royal Meadows in Sambrak.
Ah, the fields beyond Northreach. Well, I recalled that she kept a record of our travels, you see. So I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies grew, and she meant...
Whose shores border the meadows.
A fortress?
I would speak with this duke.
Saw the captain just now.
Allí, ¿no?
The meadows are vast. Where do we even start?
Yotei mentioned the coastline. We can start there.
Ah, tengo que seguir por aquí.
Caution, brother.
Ahí decía yo. Tiene que ser ahí. Marca ahí, pero yo creo que es aquí. ¡Qué bravura!
The flowers and our friends. What do you see, boy? Let's hope this is the last one.
Only one way to find out.
Nice try. That was harder than I expected. But Founder, it was... She loved them.
It appears my work is done. The rest, as they... Well, we wouldn't want another thunderstorm now.
Las misiones que secundarias no me gustan, pero por Torgar y por Jin, lo que haga falta.
Jill, there's something I'd like to show you.
There is? And where might this something be?
It's, not here. Now, I know this is sudden, but how would you fancy a trip to Oriflamme?
There are so many. This is what you wanted to show me. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. The smile on your face is enough. We've been worried about you, Joshua and I. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or tried to?
How could I forget? You saw me crying and thought a change of scenery might lift my spirits. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother. But I felt wonderful nonetheless.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting us both into. But I couldn't bear to see you like that.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the noblewomen at court. They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me off to one of the high houses instead of saving me for the ducal line. No one thought to ask me what I wanted. I was nothing to them. A pawn at best. I felt so trapped. So lonely.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there. Your hand in mine as we ran for those oaks. And I knew then, no matter what happened, I would be all right. I'll never forget that feeling. Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm, do you know what I did?
No? What?
I slipped away from my governess to climb the Tor. And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized that no matter how terrible the night, dawn would always come. That you would always come for me. And you have. Again and again.
Where do you see us? When all this is over?
I don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins. After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small. I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Then that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
Oh, qué bonito, qué bonito.
I never was much good at garlands, but it'll have to do.
I'll treasure it forever.
Otro recuerdo.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything. It's exactly what I needed. You are my treasure.
Qué bonito. Amor verdadero. Otro tesoro más, claro. Sí, casi todas las misiones estaban a ser, yo creo que van a ser tesoros de ese, para completar lo de esto de Clive, todos los tesoritos que hay.
We should probably be getting back. I expect the others are wondering where we are.
There's still much to do.
And we'll do it together.
Misión cumplida. Mi tesoro. Y ahora sale el Gollum. Beso de Shiva. Corona de margaritas, ¿ves? En 7,5 segundos. Mm. Ah, juntos hasta el final. Jill se ha unido al grupo y formará parte de él hasta que partas al origen. Pero... ¿y el otro que era...? Ah, se me ha cambiado por Joshua. Venga, a ver. Polvo de diamantes, la verdad es que no lo he probado. Puede ser muy tocho, ¿eh? Tu, 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 tu. Tengo otra misión en... El mejor regalo. Parece que fue hace una eternidad. Aquella tarde en la colina de Man fue nuestra primera aventura, pero por aquel entonces ya sospeché que no sería la última. Nunca olvidaré aquel día, y no te imaginas lo feliz que me hace saber que tú tampoco. Desde que nos conocimos has sido alguien muy importante para mí. La luz que me ilumina en las tinieblas, la estrella que me guía en la noche. Gracias por todo, Clive. El mejor regalo eres tú. Qué bonito. Vale. Está Gap, está el tío de Clive ahí esperando otra misión secundaria. Pero poco a poco, porque son muchas misiones.
Lawsman Harpocrates,
Ah, yes.
you spoke of making amends with Dion. But I can't...
Then I should begin by telling you that this was some years ago, of course. At that time, I was counted among the foremost scholars of Oriflamme to supervise the young prince's head, all to ensure that the future emperor had a firm grounding in, well, everything an emperor. Alas, our time together was cut short. When Dion left, I had not expected to meet with...
Have you spoken with him?
No, His Highness always seems so preoccupied, especially when alone. Not when I know he dwells upon the evil Ultima had him commit in the Dominion.
The guilt weighs heavily on him, I know. But as you say, that was Ultima's doing.
When I first met him, it was not guilt, and I did nothing to ease that burden. It is one of my greatest regrets, when what he truly needed, the blame for Dion's transgressions, lies not...
I see. I'm ready to help you in any way.
Then I beg that you bring me a wild... Apothecaries across the ages agree that even to glimpse such a fabulists and fraudsters all, of course. But there is oft a seed of truth to be found, where even the most outlandish opinion...
Well, it can't hurt to try. Where can I find this flower?
You have seen cultivated wyvern tails before, I trust. The lily-white block... Well, those which grow in the wild differ only in their purpose. There is a waterfall in Rickmal's roost across the strait. Whether they still survive there, I know not. But
it's all right.
Thank you, Clive.
La hierba de dragón, que habrá un dragón. Claro está. ¿Dónde? Aquí. Ah, sí, ahora están los dos. Guay, guay, guay. A ver, una cosa. Polvo de diamantes. Se recarga más rápido. Ay, espérate. Digo, no la he probado y es la que estoy usando todo el rato. La experiencia. Pues me voy a cambiar, ¿eh? Sí. Venga. Va, el beso de Ciba, el beso de Ciba. Picarón. Va, me gusta que vuelva a salir en el grupo. Hostia, pues... Joder, qué puente más largo, ¿no? Ay, pero ese es el pantano pantanoso. Hay un montón de bichos de estas asquerosos. Sobre todo que aquí... No, contra los flanes no quiero pelear. En serio, son muy pesados. Pasando, pasando.
Seems this place has been flooded twice over. Purple flowers blooming next to a waterfall. Shouldn't be too hard to find.
Ah, con eso voy a tener que pelear sí o sí. A ver, lo voy a probar. Le quita el tiempo de... Le quita el tiempo de... O sea, el tiempo, digo, la barra María se la quita de golpe, ¿eh? Ah, pero aún así tarda, ¿eh? Vale.
Might as well pick enough for a bunch. I suppose.
Voy a hacer una cosita, ¿eh? Sin el colgante, ¿cuánta experiencia me darían? Me daban 1400. Y... ¿Cómo? Vale. Ah, esta es la escoria que... Vale, pues mira, casualidad. Hola. Al menos estamos Joshua... Hostia, ese. Joshua y Jill y Torgal, a ver. Pero es ese, ¿eh? 4 jinetes. Hola, ¿qué ha sido eso? ¿Por qué me ha quitado vida? Digo que me... Ah, amigo. Que la... Vale, es que los... Tiene golpe de esto de área. He malgastado un ataque. Que me ha dejado con 1 de vida. El duro este, ¿eh? Cabrón, a ver si viene aquí porque... Toma a ti. Pensaba que había hecho una esquiva perfecta. Ahora sí. ¡Ay, no lo tengo! Ya está. $20.000, toma. Nivel 50. Grillete de venir. Oricalco, ya tengo los 3.
No match for you, eh, Torgal?
Voy a estar ahí traspasándolo, ¿vale? Bueno, vale. Voy a comprobarlo, que es lo que quería comprobar. Digo, a ver lo que... Si se nota mucho el colgante. Que es lo que quería comprobar. Pero bueno, mira, no hay mal que por bien no venga. Nos hemos cargado la escoria. Que por cierto está aquí. ¿Vale? Estaba aquí. En este punto. Ahora es que este ataque, estando solamente cerca uno... ¿Cero? ¿Cómo que cero? ¿Me estás diciendo que no puedo subir más de nivel 50? Ay, mi terral, que este vídeo no te he saludado. ¿Me estás diciendo que el nivel máximo es nivel 50?
Caution, brother.
Cero. qué hacen eso ahora? Con el Final Fantasy VII también me pasó igual. Nivel 50 al máximo. O sea, ya no puedo subir más de nivel. Al menos en la primera partida, ¿no? Supongo. Pues qué bien. No entiendo, pero ¿por qué hacen eso ahora? Te limitan, a nivel 50 al máximo. Se acabó. No entiendo.
What do I owe Diana? Saying fortune, do you?
Acero oscuro me falta. Vale.
Anything else?
First the skies.
No entiendo.
Still alive, are you? Go on then.
Ay, Dios.
You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here.
Ah, tengo aquí.
Is that all?
No lo entiendo, te lo digo en serio, ¿eh? ¿Por qué hacen eso ahora? Yo que soy de la antigua escuela, tío. Siempre los juegos de rol nivel 100. La gran mayoría. Eso es el nivel 50.
Osman. I found... You did? I think I did. You wanted to make Dion a gift of one, did you not?
Oh,
It's no trouble. Your Highness, would you do me the honor of accompanying me?
Now. It is time, then.
No, only to the shelves. Our lawsman has something he'd like to give you.
Master Harpocrates. No. Not after everything I have done. I have taken countless innocent lives, all because I was weak. I have sworn to atone for my crimes or die in the... But were I to meet with him again, and see in his eyes what I have been...
Then that is all the more reason to do it. Test your resolve.
I must, at the very least, offer... Very well, then.
Follow me.
Even now, I hesitate to approach him. What must he think of me?
You'd be surprised.
Master Harpocrates, pray, accept my apologies for leaving your tutelage before my studies were complete. Your lessons opened my mind to a world quite unlike the one I had imagined from within the gilded confines of the palace. And I shall be forever grateful for the efforts you made to enlighten me.
Lift up your head, Your Highness. The deeds of youth require no apology. That you took the time to visit me says much about the man you have become. Now, there is something I would like to show you.
Is that a wyvern tail? The color is unfamiliar to me.
Because it is unique to those found in the wild. Something in the harsh environments in which they grow lends them this striking hue. Their roots are indistinguishable from those of their hothouse cousins, but once they bloom, the difference is immediately apparent. In this flower, I see you, Your Highness. Its roots were the roots of a wyvern tail, with all that implies. But they do not define it, just as yours do not define you. I want you to have it, that it might remind you of this truth.
Master Harpocrates, I would ask of you a service. Keep your gift until I have fulfilled my duty to the realm, for only then shall I be deserving of it.
As you wish, Your Highness. I shall await your return.
Our roots do not define us. No wonder my stepmother didn't like him. For reuniting me with memories I had thought long lost. I shall not forget this.
Thank you, Clive. Were it not for you, I fear I might not to mention the wyvern tails. I shall plant their seed.
I hope the soil in the hideaway is to their liking.
Why, these flowers bloomed in the bleak, black wastes of Waloed.
What's this?
A Stolas quill. Or more precisely, it is said that an owl's feathers are steeped in the wishes it hears, so consider this, that one day...
Well, when that day comes, thank you, Harpocrates.
Otro tesoro. Me ha dado experiencia, pero no sube, ¿no? ¿Qué hago? Me he puesto el colgante de este que disminuye el tiempo y de este también. Ah, mira, siguiente nivel no sube más, ¿ves? Se ve la raya, pone experiencia fuera, abajo a la izquierda. No pone números. El nivel máximo es 50. Curación, es que las pócimas y eso... Oye, quitármelas... Es que... ¿Sabes? Esto sí que... No, no lo voy a tocar. Fin. Ah, no, no vale la pena. Vale. Hostia, la hora que no me va a dar tiempo a acabar todas las misiones secundarias. O sea, es que es muy fuerte. A ver, aquí en la guarida... Es que me quedan 4. Y fuera... Una... Y 2 más. No hay más... Tiene que haber alguna escoria más. Necesito eso que me falta. Tengo 30 escorias. No sé si solamente son... Espero que no, porque me falta un ingrediente para la... Bueno, que a lo mejor me lo dan con alguna misión secundaria de estas, ¿no? Pero bueno. Venga, vamos a ver las misiones de Gap y de... El tío de Clive.
Clive, going purse weighing you down?
Ah, no he gastado... Lo que me raya es lo del Omni Elixir. O sea, en todo el juego solo me ha dado una.
Is that all?
You alright? About that. Oi! Let's see.
La leyenda emplumada.
Something troubling you?
It's just... Eda's baby will be coming soon, and I wanted to make some.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always make gifts. I'll let the little tykes know they were...
So?
Well, the problem is that Eda's due any day now, and I don't know if...
Is there anything I can do to help? All right then.
A good luck charm, but not...
Not just any.
No. One made from the... There's not lucky in all the realm. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with their suppliers, but nothing.
Only the big day is fast approaching.
That or the bird whose horse it's attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around...
Well, there's no shortage of those passing through Martha's. I think I might make that my first port of call.
You're a good friend, Clive.
O sea que esta va a ser una misión largueta, ¿no? Por lo que veo. Vale, y el tío. Tres son multitud.
Thank you,
for down here... Clive, my Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended...
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me...
From what little I saw...
I suppose... But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more... Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply.
We must move quick, but where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many. The realm's armies, as you've seen firsthand, certain cities have banded together to try and and yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is, in short, if Storm does not stand together.
But how would one even be?
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain it. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates, but I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. And as luck would have it...
Of course you have.
And he's agreed to help. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle, and he has certain... I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he don't mind, do you, my boy?
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak with me in person... I'll leave for Randalar at 1. Would you send a Stolas?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dhalmekian capital. I'll have...
Excellent.
No.
Vale. Venga. Esta es la del tío, ¿no? ¿O no? Bueno, da igual.
Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs. Excuse me.
Oh.
A silver chocobo.
Oh, or maybe not. Though you're not... There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago, claiming near some gutted hovel not far from Eastpool. Most took him for a braggart and a lie.
We'll see.
Good to see you. Put the wind right up us. And thank goodness they did. Like being back in the glory days. Half of me wishes they hadn't left. It ain't exactly a bed of roses. And that's just the start. When I was a little girl, my grandmother. I swore then and there.
Sé que su abuela era una portadora, tío. Y la tenían como una sirvienta. Qué fuerte, tío. Bueno. Ay, perdona, Torgal. A ver.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Oh, 1,000 Akashic jars couldn't hurt me. I'm a son of Rosaria, after all.
No me marca. Mira que hay otro.
Can I help you with something?
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocolate?
I deal in fruit. But if it's fancies you're after...
Was a silver chocobo seen there?
Oh, yes. If you believe that...
It wouldn't be the first time.
I'll build a barricade so sturdy, even a bandit...
Pollo.
We've got a few rooms going spare now. You want a bed for the night? Just because the heavens have gone to wreck and ruin it, don't mean we have to.
Ahí.
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone. Or perhaps a board...
I'm looking for a silver
If that's the case, no one has seen a silver chop. Word is they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about bringing good luck. Didn't bring them much. If any are still out there, I reckon they'll be doing their damn...
You're probably right. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon Tride. It sounds almost too good to be true. But since I'm already here...
Venga. Qué tontería más grande que puedo hacer. Ah, no, ¿estaba aquí? No. Ah, vale, es el otro pueblo. Digo, hostia, tío, me he trasladado al mismo pueblo. Qué fuerte.
Tracks. They're not left by bandits for a change.
Es otra escoria, puede ser. Hostia, me ha recordado Final Fantasy VII. Las huellas de Chocobo para cazarlo.
More tracks. And these look fresh. The Chocobo was here. And recently. Perhaps it still is. I don't hear anything. Well, I'll be damned.
¿Ambrosía? Ah, mira, dos. Son como ambrosía, ¿no?
It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Just borrowing a feather for my friend. Thank you. Let's get this back together before they change them up.
It was no trouble at all.
Clive, how'd you get on?
Any luck, you say?
Crystal's crack. Where in the heck?
It's a long story.
Right there on the road to Eastpool.
Everything up there's been abandoned for years. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though I...
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on Eastpool's doorstep. They'd have had to... They'll find a new home. After all, that's what us in danger... Anyway, what matters is... And now all that's left...
I didn't know you could carve.
Reckon that's like the fact I'm as good with a whittling knife as I am with a sword. And that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with. What did you say?
But it weren't your Avis, Sid. I slew one of my own at last.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit.
Don't speak too soon. I ain't done my trial yet.
There we go. What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make an honest...
Now, will I? I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give it my best.
You can give it to yourself.
How are you feeling?
Well... Is...
Wrong? No.
Go on.
Que Gab le gusta. Pues mira que desconfiaba yo de esta chica, ¿eh?
Did you make it?
We did. Aye. It's a good luck charm. We may come up north when a band's on the way. I mean a baby. To let him... Oh,
I thank you.
If there's anything you need.
I will.
Fancy a swift off.
I could be convinced.
A lo mejor es que soy muy mal pensado y es verdad que como ella tiene... Su hijo es un portador, la protege.
Don't you think you've had enough?
No, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
You know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day. My mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over. What with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labor. Had myself a baby sister.
Era una portadora.
And then I didn't. My whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout? Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learned from it. And here you are after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword. I may have had one too many.
you may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty. Better get back to work anyway. After I walk this off. Clive?
What is it?
Thanks for, you know.
I know.
Vale. La leyenda emplumada. Hidromio norteña puede verse en el camarote de Clive. Vale. Te dejo que se te pase. ¿Cuántas me faltan de...? Una, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Copa de Cid. Ahora con la Jill. Del padre. Vale, mola. A ver, ¿quién más queda? Supongo que... Dion. Antes de partir, Ifrit, tenéis mi más sincera gratitud por haberme dado la oportunidad de volver a reunirme con el maestro Harpócrates. Ahora podré afrontar la gran empresa que nos aguarda sin remordimiento alguno. En estas pocas lunas que Grégora ha tenido a bien reunirnos, vos y vuestro hermano habéis hecho por mí mucho más de lo que podría haber imaginado. Estoy en deuda con ambos. Mas dejad que mis alas las salden. De esta última batalla depende el futuro por el que tanto habéis luchado. Jamás claudiquéis. Gracias por atender la petición de este anciano de cansados huesos. Me avergüenza admitir que preso de la incertidumbre y la cobardía nunca me atreví a contactar con mi viejo amigo para comunicar lo orgulloso que me sentía de él. Tu intervención ha marchitado las espinas que atenazaban este viejo corazón. Quizás, si mi sugerencia es de tu agrado, podrías estrenar la pluma que te regalé cuando regreses victorioso de la última batalla. A muchos nos gustaría leer y conservar tus aventuras en los cielos junto al príncipe Dion y tu hermano. Vale. Sigamos con la misión de... Sí, por aquí. Vale.
Do you see that too?
What is it? Oh, please, just make it stop.
La verdad es que mola, ¿eh?
I'm scared.
Venga, va. Vale.
Ready, go?
Es que no tengo nada... Bueno, ya no me sirve de nada pelear. ¿Para qué?
Can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight...
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal. Oblige him. This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
Dos magos. ¡Hostia, Jill!
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course.
¿Sabe quién es?
My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dhalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps.
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either. And I have other problems to attend to. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Well, beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well. Send your man to me right away.
My Lord Marquis. Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you then.
Very good, man.
An envoy. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No. Someone like Quentin. I hope I can convince him at least. Quinton.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than... Go on, then. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years.
I know it's a lot to ask.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, the people of Lostwing are my family. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So...
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do. If it's we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family, don't you?
You know that's not what...
Then what are you? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us. Who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make...
So you'll join us? Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe.
Hopefully. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape. Uncle, the Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Of course he has.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there.
One other?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing them. He asked if I might have a solution. And I suggest...
One of your...
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his. But yeah.
Another outlaw, there. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in there. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier.
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you? The 7 high houses will... They have all agreed to make the most generous of Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion. But luckily I had some unexpected...
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased, she had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen... Now, I must be... Join us there at your earliest convenience.
Of course, Uncle.
Mansión Rossfield.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong. That is, unless you'd have them turn us...
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any... They'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If perhaps I might suggest, though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, but I'm sure that you wish to continue your... Two such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of... Rutherford spoke fondly of the great Bond.
Us? Friends?
I can't stand the man!
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal!
Son los dos iguales.
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this... Fine.
Upstanding. He calls himself...
Once more onto the breach.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the we wish simply to bring stability to the realm that and to do that we must convince those in power The generals, the statesmen. There will be disagreements, yes. And I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let... If we show them the path, show them that the fate of the world lies in my nephew, but the well-being of her people lies in ours.
Uncle Byron.
Now, with that settled, let's move on. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied... Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Well, my boy.
That it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask, we shall play our parts to the best of our abilities. The realm needs its Sir Crandall. I want you to keep this signed accord.
I will.
Otro tesoro. 3 son multitud. ¿Ves? Vale. Vale, entonces aquí ya tengo otro logro más. Hay 2 misiones más dentro y una es de Meat. ¡Ah! Miedo me da.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised? Here you are.
El infame más famoso. Trofeo. O sea, ya está, ya he conseguido todos estos, ¿no?
Come again. I may have more for you.
¿Y escorias qué pasa? Vale, pues nada, a ver. Tengo todas las curas, ¿no?
If you're gonna buy some, be quick about it.
Sí.
Is that all?
Quedan 5. A él le parece haberle gustado el amuleto que le dimos. Por lo visto dice que la criatura se pone a dar unas coces de cuidado cuando se le coloca sobre el vientre. Me da a mí que el pequeño libertador no va a salir guerrero. Qué ganas tengo de enseñarle todo lo que sé. Pero bueno, todo a su debido tiempo. Antes habrá que celebrar el nacimiento como se merece, digo yo. Esta vez vas a ser tú quien caiga redondo a la 4ª jarra. Vale. A ver, las dos son en el mismo sitio. Los niños.
happened to Miss Middledore?
Sid, you have to.
With what?
No. Well, yeah.
It's Miss Middledore. She's been acting strange. Very strange.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head.
In the cloud.
That's what I said.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind. When did
Not long ago. Ah, right after she got back from saving you from Stonehenge.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should be more careful. Oh, don't listen to her. Even if you did.
But who's gonna put Miss Middledore back together? She.
Why don't I go and see if...
You do that. She's in her
Don't scare him.
Thanks for the warning. Mid.
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under me. If this doesn't steer to the skies, not
To the sky? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise what...
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from...
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm. And that's with the sea beneath. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if it's not fair? The gods get the skies all to themselves, so... The Fallen had their chance. But they relied too much on magic, but not me. I've discovered how to do it without... Well, almost.
And is that a one...
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the end. If a godfather's offering to lend a hand, first I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the Tub and Crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light.
If it's beast bones you're after.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one...
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
Has Middledore mentioned a new project yet?
¿Dónde está el otro? Taller de Meat, pone. Bueno, va, da igual.
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen herself.
Una vuelta un poco absurda, ¿no? Creo.
All right, Sid. Come. Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered your share.
Most bones are the same. Whack, if it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better.
I do. And I know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamantist...
Well, with shells, the older the heart, but don't expect...
I'll keep that in mind.
A cazar uno, ¿no? Pero ¿y este? Este estoy un poco...
will not let them be forgotten. Sid.
Of course.
It is an honor to finally speak. My name is Herman. I've been with the... I wish to be deployed to Ash.
No. The land... I will not send good men and women to risk their lives, Need. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. I was raised, or rather, it was not a place of nurture. It exists. We were tortured. And few ever survived long enough to become tools.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. But they must be remembered. They cannot fail. The Institute was run with military precision. Sid.
You were a good friend, but the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid, please.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. I'll go to Bad Bach and find the
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't...
You can start by telling me where I'll find this orphanage.
Vida Grace.
All right.
May the Mother's guide.
Vale. A ver. Vamos a ir primero a esta. ¿Qué hora es? Media horita. Leí que esto se podía quitar, pero no lo he tocado.
Time to fight. That'll do, girl. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here.
Un cofre. Cédula real sobre la fundación del orfanato.
Disposed of. Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find that registry.
Aquí. Vaya tela.
This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out.
Perdón, Jill.
Forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. This must be the registry.
Madre mía.
So many names.
Todos niños, tío.
Slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery?
Ahí lo tienes.
It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed.
Vaya directamente este tío. Corre, corre, que te pillo. Ya está. Okay.
I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
Me duele la muñeca.
I hear that you traveled to Ash. Cid, did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did. Yes.
No me va a dar tiempo a...
I may. The bearer.
Oh.
The director was a brutal man. He got nowhere.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body. Or any record of what happened.
I pray that at least some of their names are here. My friends. I can still remember their faces. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning. No explanation.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive? When so...
It's not your fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them. See that their names live on. That way, at least.
I'm going to write a book. An account of all of Valisthea, and in the name of those I lost.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried.
No caerán en el olvido. Alito de hielo. Vale. A ver si acabó esta misión. Me da tiempo y...
It's well. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all. This should be enough.
Vale, y el... Ah, vale, vale. Y la damantina aquí, ¿no? Uf, no puedo girar la muñeca. No olvide que ya no me sirve de nada la experiencia.
Here we are again. Carava. If you were a tortoise, Torgor, where would you hide?
¿No será de arriba? No. Joder. Menos mal que es pequeña, ¿eh? ¿Qué ha sido eso? Ah, vale, que me está disparando, no lo veo.
No. I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Bueno, pues lo vamos a dejar aquí y mañana seguiremos con las misiones secundarias. Luego ya, final.
Mid?
Aw, you make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me, this is...
It's most of what I need. After you left, I went over
the
cogwheel. Just a tiny. Gear's that small or a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent.
Wait, the children. When they took apart your scale, now that I think about it,
The young'uns? But why would they... I'll keep working on the model. You go and find that cog.
Sid! Is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? Is it an airship?
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs a brass gear. A tiny one.
Oh, the one you forgot! We remember.
We saved it, just in case.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling all the pieces that are left over. We keep under our bed.
That's good to know.
Bueno, me alegra.
I found it! Is that all? Just the gear? We have more
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about...
Thanks, Sid.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Well?
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe. Will it work?
Will it work? He's perfect! You're a genius.
What exactly are you going to use it for?
Only the most important. The wings aren't going to move on their own. But with the right cog in the right... Well... That should do it. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
Wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes, children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my Mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Vale.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
Vale, un legado de altura. Maqueta del barco volador. Ya me queda menos.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly.
Falta una. Vale. Tampoco es algo que me mate, ¿no? No ha sido tarea fácil congregar a 3 hombres de orígenes tan dispares por una causa común, pero lo hemos logrado en pos de un mejor futuro para Valistea. Sin embargo, la triunión es solo el primer paso. La travesía que nos aguarda es larga y tortuosa, y puede que su final esté plagado de penurias. Pero lo que importa no es el destino, sino las lecciones que uno aprende durante la marcha. Has allanado el camino hacia un nuevo mañana con tu coraje, Clive. Ahora nos toca a nosotros transitarlo, tu tío Byron. No me quedan 4. Vale. Y quedan... Ay. Ah, no, mira, aquí las misiones secundarias están. Menos mal. Y aquí tengo 1, 2. 2 para mañana. Vale. Pues lo dejamos aquí y nos vemos en el siguiente vídeo. Chao.